Welcome to Gutter Trash, episode 236, Miami Connection. My name is Eric.
And I am Jason.
I'm super excited about this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
You sound excited.
I've been wanting to see this movie for a while.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I guess I should then go ahead and mention that we also have a guest on the episode, so I'm kind of excited about that too.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
Oh, yeah. I was being coy. It's a guy who, I'm gonna call this a get.
A get?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is good.
This is, someone we've been trying to get on the show in a real way for quite a while. But that's the problem when he lives in the Deep South.
We're talking, of course, about Colonel Sanders. No, he's...
Why, hello there.
Colonel, I love your chicken.
His finger looking good.
Lick it myself.
That's not your finger, Colonel.
Oh, no, we have with us our only listener, which means that nobody will be listening to this episode.
That's why we're not recording.
Brian John Mitchell is here.
Hi, everybody. What's going on? Kurt, by everybody.
I've called him Kirk before, too.
Yeah, I keep doing that.
It's it's a much cooler name than Kurt. Because, you know...
I think
Because,
when
Captain
you've been
Kirk.
drinking, too, it
Yeah,
slides
that's usually
off.
Oh, that and Hammett.
Yeah, Kirk Hammett.
Yeah.
Captain Kirk.
Right.
And then Kurt, you have, like, Loader and Nirvana guy.
Right, yeah.
That's it.
Wait, the
And
Nirvana
the-
guy's not Kirk?
No, it's Kurt.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking with you.
And plus, Kurt, of course, means someone who's rude or,
Oh, yeah.
very cold.
And our buddy is neither of those. He's
No,
awesome.
So he should be a Kirk. I
Yeah.
agree.
We're gonna have it changed.
We have that news about him that he needs to know.
Oh, he's got news.
Yeah. So the new
I know what you're talking about.
new issue of Star came out recently, and I gave a copy to Bob Corby of Space fame,
Yeah.
and he said, "When's Kurt gonna come to space again?"
Well, when he starts referring to him as Kirk.
Yeah.
Could be.
So yeah, he knew. He recognized the art and everything. Right?
Yeah, I said, "You're a fan of Kurt Dent's, right?" And he was like, "Yeah. When's he coming to space again?"
He just wants his $50.
Yeah, it's pretty true.
He sells out of tables every year now. So
Yeah.
I'd say the gauntlet is thrown, Kirk.
Yeah.
Get your ass to Columbus.
Yeah.
And then to Mars.
You joust them Oz. Yeah, I miss that guy.
That's a good guy.
I even drove to his hometown and he vacated. He was like, shit, I gotta get out of here. He flew south for the summer. Or drove south, I don't know how he got there.
I'm not sure either. I think he's back in Chicago.
Yeah, I think, well, of course, because I'm back in Dayton.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right. But hey, you came back to Dayton, and then Brian John Mitchell came to Dayton.
See?
So it's all sort of balancing out.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody's happy. Except for Bob Corby.
And Brian John Mitchell, because he's in Dayton.
Dayton is as fine as any other place.
You're too kind. I think that you just read that off of the license plate.
No, that's that other town, Zinnia.
Oh, isn't it? Yeah. I like how you say it a lot better than how everybody else says it.
How do they say Zinnia?
Well, Kathleen calls it X-Town.
It's
But-
Xenia.
Most people call it Xenia, but I like
Zinnia.
Xenia. I like that. It sounds more like otherworldly.
I'm fine with Xenia.
Yeah.
Here. Oh, since I have nothing but respect for Xenia.
Really? Okay.
They're the bicycle capital of Midwestern Ohio.
You said that the other day, and I have never seen anybody ride a bicycle in Xenia. Ever.
Really?
Ever.
There's a bike path that goes through. I've seen people on that.
This in Beaver Creek.
Well, it goes all over. But it goes
Mostly in Beaver Creek.
It goes. Well, a bike path. But the idea of a bike path is that it goes all a bunch of different places.
It starts in Beaver Creek and it ends in Beaver Creek.
Well, it's a circle, right?
Yeah.
So that's why.
No, it goes
It's
all
a
the way.
straight line.
It goes to Yellow Springs and Dayton and all over the place.
No, it doesn't.
It does. Certainly does. Doogie has ridden that path from our house to Yellow Springs and back. Isn't that crazy?
I don't believe you.
It goes along Route 68 all the way to Yellow Springs.
Okay. So why are you here, Brian?
I stopped here on the way to Louisville, Kentucky for a comic book convention, Derby City Con.
That sounds out of your way.
Yeah, it was... wait, which part sounds out of my
Dayton.
way? Well, like, to get to Louisville from Raleigh is right around 10 hours, and I'm old, and that difference between, like basically add only like 30 minutes to my trip stopping here. So
Right. It's weird. Alright.
it is weird that it only adds 30 minutes, but
I mean, we're glad to have you.
thank you.
Yeah, for shizzle.
Welcome to the show, finally.
Yeah, it's great.
Didn't you appeared on the show at Space, right?
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah, he's been,
Yeah, but like the space appearance. Well, the last space appearance was great because I answered the interview question. I don't know if you listened to it. He asked me what I had for breakfast, and the answer was, I had a beer and trail mix with Eric Schonborn for breakfast.
That's awesome.
It was true.
But this is his first appearance as part of the real show.
And I met Chauncey,
And
Ooh,
he is,
yeah.
much larger than anticipated,
Well,
I must say.
that
And I wasn't ready for the R2-D2 part there on the top.
Right.
For new listeners, Chauncey, I guess, is a fan
He's
of
a
the
fan.
show.
Yeah, he is. He is a fan of the show. So,
By that we mean he circulates air.
Yeah. That's the only kind we have.
yeah, that was. Yeah, we weren't trying to hide that.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So yeah, Miami Connection.
Miami Connection.
What?
Well, which one of you picked this?
I picked it. Did you tell me about it?
Yeah.
No, Doogie told me about it.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
Doogie told me about it.
And then yeah, you told me about it to watch the trailer online.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. And the trailer's amazing.
Yeah. I think the trailer was just made, last year or something?
Yeah.
For
yeah.
the first time ever?
This
Was
is
it a fan-made trailer then?
the guy who directed Hobo with a Shotgun. I guess discovered this movie, even though it's from 1987, and then put together a trailer, and there was a revival screening of it, at some of your artier movie houses.
So that's not a match.
I know, right?
Well, I'm guessing for your hipster ironic crowd.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because in no way is this movie actually good,
And unless,
But-
the entertainment value.
but everyone should watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd say everyone, but some people should watch it. Maybe.
I'd say everyone.
The entertainment value is there. Wow, yeah. It's
It's a musical in a way.
It is?
Yeah, it is. And, I mean, we all know my viewpoint on a musical.
Right.
And I was able to tolerate that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that shows you right there that this is a movie for everybody.
Wow, yeah.
Clearly is.
Was it, what made you able to tolerate the, because, the music happens early on. It's not like you've seen, all these awesome scenes to lead you to tolerate.
Well, I think it's just because the songs are so awesome.
Yeah.
And also because it makes sense within the context of the movie.
Right.
Nobody is just, breaking out into song. This is a movie about an actual band, and they're actually performing at their venue.
Right, they're playing live.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did have good ideas that I'm thinking about bringing into my live show, like breaking boards on stage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as long as the management will allow it.
Yeah, you never know. I can't remember what else. They had some other. And going on tour in the motherland.
Yeah.
Well, just the home countries of every member of the band, who are very culturally diverse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. In fact, this movie, I was trying to think of how to describe it. It's about a group of middle-aged, culturally diverse, homosexual martial arts experts
And I
who
think
live
they
together, go to
said-
school together, and are in this band together.
I think they said they were all orphans.
Yeah.
And they're
but-
all orphans.
But then
yeah.
one finds his dad as spoiler.
So do
Right.
are they going to kick that guy out of the band?
Yeah, I know.
I
Right?
mean, they should.
Yeah.
They should. He didn't show up for a lot of the fight
He
scenes.
is the second most useless member of the band.
Yeah, followed by, was it Hall or Oates?
That's Oates.
So yeah, they like kind of just subtly mention in one scene that they're all orphans. Like I
Hold
almost
on,
missed
excuse
it.
me, hold on. Subtly? There is nothing about this movie that is subtle.
I almost missed it.
That is the closest that the movie is to subtle, is that they only, like, this integral part of the movie
Yeah.
is thrown out, like,
right.
in a 2-second line.
Yeah. How did that even come up? Do you remember?
Because... Did you not see the rest of the movie?
Well, I mean, but
No, like, when he gets back that letter and it has the photo of his dad.
Right, yeah.
he's
no.
like-
Oh no, I got.
And they're like,
I got that.
we thought you were an orphan just like all of us.
Right. Yeah. I know, but it was so like just thrown in there, and like it
Because
wasn't.
everything in this movie is just
Sure.
thrown in there.
That's true.
Why is there even a subplot about this guy who was barely in the movie anyway, who has suddenly discovered that he has a dad? It makes no sense.
Well, to me, even more so, the Asian restaurant. Like, I was like, oh, that guy's gonna come back and
Right.
do something.
Yeah. No.
Was it an Asian restaurant, or was it an Asian man at a gravy restaurant?
I think it was that. Yeah.
Well, you make what sells.
Yeah, right.
'Cause, I believe the sign and the window said special subs with bologna, ham, cheese, and ketchup.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Which generally not any kind of Korean cuisine.
Not
I've
a lot
ever
of
heard
Asian subs out there.
Well,
They are Korean in this movie. Any Asian
Yeah.
that shows up.
they aren't Pan Asian.
Yeah.
They're Korean.
Right.
Specifically Korean, because that's where you learn Taekwondo.
In Korea.
In Korea. Everyone in Korea practices Taekwondo.
Everyone.
Everyone.
That's what they
Which
say.
is what I think that guy said when he talked, because I couldn't understand a fucking word out of his mouth.
Yeah, they needed subtitles for that guy.
They needed subtitles for even the white guys.
Yeah, I felt like, was it originally in English or not? Like
It's.
I think it was. I think
It-
it's just cheap, and they had no sound recording. When
yeah,
they
so
actually
they just
made the movie.
overdubbed the
Yep.
whole thing. Yeah.
Because there are scenes that go by where two people will just be walking around and words are coming out of the screen, but they are not talking.
Right. Miami. Yeah.
And I don't know if you caught this, but it seemed like the whole movie takes place in Orlando,
Yeah.
Huh?
but it's called Miami Connection.
Orlando Connection's clunky sounding.
Well, the connection to Miami is that they're both in Florida.
Well, I think the connection to Miami is the ninjas are the Miami ninjas.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because that's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
But-
why I've never been to Miami.
There's
They're,
no beach in Orlando though, right?
I don't know.
I've never been to
I think
Orlando.
Orlando's in the
Well,
center.
it's Central, which they repeatedly say,
Yeah.
as half
Yeah.
of the movie takes place
Well,
at,
maybe they drive to the beach.
Yeah, I
the-
think they drive to Miami, which is like an hour and a half from
Right,
Orlando.
Is that what it was?
Maybe, I don't know.
But just so
Or
they
just
could
the
have that
coast.
scene of Oates getting his ass kicked by some girls.
Right.
That
And
was a-
oogling some children.
Oh yeah.
That was an awesome scene where you could tell he was really enjoying that as an actor.
Sure.
And rolling around on the beach with a bunch of girls in bikinis.
Except I don't think that that particular actor, or any of the actors in this movie,
We're so inclined.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what else was weird was like the two main white dudes in the movie, the bass player and the drummer, like looked really similar.
Oh, yeah.
Like I kept getting them confused,
Yeah.
and I was like, why couldn't they have had Oates be like the second star?
Because he
Right,
had the
yeah.
mullet.
Because at least he looked different than the other guy.
You're just
Well,
being
he was too
racist.
busy back at the house writing originals.
Yeah. I wonder if maybe, like, the reason some of those guys weren't in the fight scenes is that movie was way too short, and they're like, we need more stuff to make this movie longer. And, like, they had all the fight scenes done already, and they just
Added
in-
two band members.
Yeah, and, like, added the other scenes.
Yeah, I liked when Oates wrote the song and he's like isn't using a keyboard or anything to write. He's just using like music paper.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're a musician. That's how you do it, right? You just break out your notepad.
And then the Korean dude goes in and looks at it. He's like, "This song sounds great."
Yeah.
Just look at it.
I mean, that's how Dragon Sound works, man.
Dragon Sound's the band's name.
Yeah, they know their shit. If they see notes on paper. I mean, it's like Beethoven wrote his symphonies when he was deaf.
Right, yeah.
Same thing. He was in the Dragon Sound of his era.
And
When I was in school.
Oates did the same thing in Hall & Oates, right?
Well, sure. I mean, that's how musicians do this. I mean, when I was in school and I was in orchestra, we didn't learn how to read music for nothing. It's so that, should we get proficient enough, we should be able to write our own stuff. I mean, and by that I mean literally write our own stuff.
Just on paper, never to.
No, yeah, never
Right.
to actually perform or
Right.
anything like that. Yeah.
Well, though, maybe that is how Dragon Sound worked, because you noticed how, like, mathematical and precise all of their songs were.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Clearly, it was all about, it was thinking man music.
All right. Man, did you guys have a favorite character in this movie? Because I think I know who mine was. I think mine was the I forget his name, but the old band leader.
Oh yeah, I don't think he had a name.
Yeah, I don't think he has a name.
The guy-
No need for a name. That's his name.
He was
Kill them all and let God sort them out. That's his name.
That guy. Yeah, he used to be the guy in charge of the band that ran in the hip club, and then they got fired for sucking.
They got fired because they're for old people.
Yeah,
And Dragon Sound is for kids.
yeah.
Even though everyone in Dragon Sound is at least 45 years old.
But they're still in college. So
Right, exactly, yeah.
Makes up for it.
But yeah, that guy was so awesome every time he appeared. Like I swear, like sometimes he looked like Will Ferrell doing a spoof of a character from that era of the movie. Like he walked in and he had like the fro, but he's all bandaged and like he's got sunglasses on and inside the building.
And he had the same look as the brother, right?
Jeff, yeah.
Like when I was like, oh, he looks a little different in this scene, but I guess he just changed his clothes.
There's you being racist against white people again.
Yeah, I know.
You're like, they all look alike.
Well, he decided to dress like a militant member of Dexy's Midnight Runner towards the end of the movie.
Well, yeah, because like he has a suit on for part of the movie, and you're like, okay, and then then he has like a Kill 'Em All, like God Sort 'Em Out T-shirt and like
Camo pants and a
necklaces.
bandana.
Yeah, and you're like, what? Man, he really went downhill
A
fast. when he
Newsies
was-
cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the most outfit changes of any character, probably.
Well, he lost that job, and it just really hit him hard.
It's also because most of the other characters are just shirtless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it that the bass player, his no matter what happened, he always had his like
Half shirt.
yeah, it's like wearing a polo half shirt.
The 80s were crazy,
Yeah.
guys.
Oh, yeah.
I guess he was really tall. They just didn't make clothes that fit him properly on the
that's
shoulders
probably
and then stretched down long enough to cover his belly.
Yeah.
That makes sense. What'd you think about like the 47 times that it went into slow motion?
As that was happening, I was thinking that Zack Snyder must have seen
Yeah.
this movie. It was really influenced by it.
I think there's a scene in Fight Club like that where Edward Norton's running down a hill and all of a sudden it hits slow motion and then it goes back to normal speed. It's like there's a voiceover narration and it slows
He's like,
down.
wait a minute, back up.
Yeah, or no, it's not.
Or
It's not
whatever.
one of the backup ones, but yeah, I don't know.
I don't recall any scene in Fight Club where Edward Norton is running down a hill.
Yeah, it's like towards the end he's got
When he's got the folders in his hand and stuff.
yeah. He's like escaped the house and he's like meeting up with Tyler to stop the explosion. He's like running.
When he's running to the cop station.
Right.
Huh. All right. I'll take your word for it since both of you seem to recall it.
I don't recall the slow motion. I know what part of the movie he's talking
All
about.
right.
Well, I think everybody steals their slow motion artsiness from Miami Connection. That's what I'm getting at. David Fincher.
So I do think this movie got the dynamics of a band down pretty well, you know. Mostly just because the tall, skinny, goofy guy is on bass.
Well, the thing, you notice that the bass player and the drummer, they always work together in a band.
Right.
That happened in this
They
movie,
were pretty
like
much,
whenever
yeah.
there was time for, and
That's
the
true.
rhythm guitar player kind of goes in with the percussion like that too.
Right,
So,
yeah.
yeah, like they're all part of the same team in this movie, and kind of the rest of the band is just off doing their own thing.
It's very true.
What
the two singers and the keyboard player.
What instrument did the martial arts guy, the guy that
He was
Like
rhythm
lead-
guitar.
was he?
rhythm
Okay,
guitar, yeah.
was he with him?
Don't you remember him just jamming on his guitar up on his head?
Oh, yeah,
in between doing karate kicks.
That's
Excuse me, taekwondo kicks.
Yeah. They're like, we should write another song about Taekwondo.
Yeah, I love the one where the whole crowd's yelling, Tai Quan!
Yeah.
Tai Quan! I was like, what are they even saying?
Yeah, I know, right?
I thought it was kick punch.
Really?
I don't know.
No, I think they were saying Tai Quan.
All right. I don't think it had been revealed yet that was what they were all masters of.
Right. Yeah.
Like, at first I thought they were saying dragon, because, that was part of their
Right.
name.
Dragon.
Oh, maybe.
But I think they were actually saying Tai Quan.
That is the name of one of the songs, like during the credits.
Right, Taekwondo.
So yeah.
Taekwondo family or something like that.
Right.
This movie is perfect to watch just for the song credits at the end to see what they're actually called.
You know,
Like the song Tough Guy.
Yeah, that was a good one too. Yeah. Was that the one they played during the biker scene?
Yeah.
That biker scene was amazing.
That biker scene was, like, clearly, like, they just went to a biker rally.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, like, I don't think they paid for those titties to appear in this movie.
No,
those were just
yeah.
women who were like,
They're like-
there's a camera, let's show them our titties.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Or horrible, horrible titties.
What? There is no such thing.
Yeah, they
as
are.
horrible titties.
And they're in this movie.
Mm.
Yeah, I liked it, like, when one of the main actors, like, had the girl with the titties right up on him. He just looked like, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do in this situation.
Yeah.
He's like, am I supposed to touch him or I'm not supposed to touch him? I don't
He
really
should have
know.
poured his beer on him and then licked off the beer.
Yeah.
Just to send it into the next rating level and, like,
That scene where the guy leaned over to get the beer poured on his head, that was pretty classy.
I just wanted to be part of the fun.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Well, they might not have reached him. It was all the way at the other end of the car.
Yeah, there's a lot of gang violence in this movie. A lot of key tire sounding instruments and gang violence. There's a lot of ninjas.
Who are bikers by day, ninjas by night.
That is badass too.
Well, they're ninjas by day, maybe bikers by night.
No, the theme song clearly states bikers by day, ninjas by night.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
Well, they
Brian's
don't-
more of a musician than a lyricist.
Yeah, that's true. The ninjas only come out at night once in the whole movie. The rest of the time, the ninjas are out during the day.
It's harder to film at night,
Yeah, it is.
especially when the ninjas are wearing black.
Yeah, I wondered if the lead ninja wearing white was a Storm Shadow reference.
Oh, you think? Because it was around maybe. Yeah. Storm Shadow was not in the original '83 Joe line or '82 or whatever, but I think he was in the very second one. So maybe
He wasn't in the original.
I don't think so. I think he was in the second wave. I believe.
Oh yeah. That first wave where everybody was just wearing green.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he wasn't in that.
Back when it sucked.
It
Except for
never.
Snake Eyes.
And
It
I mean,
never
there's that
sucked.
whole thing whether or not you call that the original line in the first.
Oh,
place.
yeah.
For us,
The original, 3 3/4
yeah,
line.
Right. The real American hero line.
Yes. The good ones.
Exactly.
The non-dolls.
That's right. That shit's offensive. When
Yeah,
you're
it's
dolls.
I know, why would you play with dolls and then just because you give your dolls guns doesn't make it any less gay. Come on, you're playing with dolls, guys.
Yeah. Anything over 4 inches tall is a doll. I'm talking to you, He-Man fans.
So then where do you stand on the Transformer figures? Because some of those were tall, then some of them were small.
Well, when they're a car or something, clearly they're not a doll. When you transform it, doll.
Alright.
Definitely Optimus Prime transformed doll.
How about
Truck? Actually,
How about
truck is a truck.
Metroplex? He was He was a city, so he was kind of tall
Yeah.
even when he was transformed.
Oh,
So doll in both forms.
maybe. Could be.
What's
That's
the
possible.
one you guys have at Mavericks right now? Fortress Maximus.
Fortress Maximus.
Yeah, that's like 14 inches tall, something like that.
He's
What was the other one
He's
with
more
the
than- he's-
arm
I think
that
he's-
lit up or something?
Shockwave.
No. He
Galvatron?
was like a big, huge city thing.
Oh,
With
Omega
a satellite.
Supreme.
Nah,
He was gray and like yellow.
Yeah.
As Omega Supreme.
I thought Omega Supreme was. Oh no, I'm good. What was the other Prime dude called? Not Optimus.
Rodimus.
Rodimus.
Rodimus Prime.
The one that he was just like a car transporter.
Yeah, like a sports car. Yeah. With a trailer.
No, not the one that was a sports car.
Oh, he was like a white and blue and red
Yeah,
truck.
yeah.
Ultra Magnus.
Ultra Magnus, yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Wow, we did it. We nerded out on Transformers. I don't think we've ever done that.
I don't think we have either. It's a milestone.
And just for the record,
G.I. Joe.
Fortress Maximus is over 2 feet tall
Ooh,
in total transformation. Ours doesn't even have his head on him, so he's a little taller with the head. You know, the head goes for like over $100
really?
just for the head because everybody lost it.
Huh.
Because
Everybody lost their heads.
Yeah, I mean it's not that huge. It's smaller than a tennis ball, but yeah, it's pretty weird. Miami Connection. So, did this movie ever make it on video before?
I don't know.
It looked like it was a transfer from VHS
Yeah.
to
Oh, yeah,
the format, definitely.
Definitely a terrible print was involved.
Hmm.
Well, in places it looked okay. But yeah, it was definitely scratchy and not in great shape.
And like some of the nighttime outdoor scenes, you could tell like switched quality.
Yeah.
Like it just looked a lot poorer all of a sudden.
Well, you can also tell that there was very little money involved in the making of this.
Right.
Except for like the Hells Angels, who probably got a producer credit or something like that in exchange for having that biker rally filmed.
Right. They probably bought them all a case of beer or something.
Yeah.
Maybe they gave him the cocaine from that early
Oh,
scene.
yeah,
with
there
That
you
the
stupid cocaine. Stupid cocaine.
They didn't have the budget to get fake cocaine, so they just used real cocaine.
You know, I always wonder in movies when you see the guy test the cocaine, like at the beginning of this film, he sticks the knife in and then test it,
Right.
and they just put it back. It's like,
Shouldn't you tape that up?
yeah, isn't there going to be like a trail of cocaine
Right.
like, leading them to you?
I was kind of wondering that myself too, especially because he doesn't just I mean, I've seen other movies where they just sort of like stick the knife in a little bit and then they pull a little bit out on the tip of the knife.
tip of the knife, right?
Right, but he fucking cuts it open and then he's just
Yeah.
digging his fingers in there and then he does it again. He double dips.
Yeah, I know, right? He was like, I want to make sure. It's like, why don't you just get a fucking tablespoon out? You know?
And I think though, because shortly after that scene is when the ninjas ambush them, and then when they grab all the cocaine, like a bunch of powder flies up as they grab the box.
Oh yeah.
So
See?
clearly it was an issue.
You should always bring a big Ziploc bag with you when
Oh, yeah.
when you go to a cocaine deal.
Or duct tape at least.
Duct tape, but I mean, you might lose a little bit on the
tape.
right?
But at least you won't be, you're sealing it.
Right.
The next scene was great because it's like they stole the cocaine and they forgot to steal the money.
Yeah.
It happens.
So the guy's like, "You ninjas suck."
Ninjas aren't smart.
Yeah.
Well, not those ninjas.
Well, again, they're also a biker gang. Balances it out.
Ouch.
Whoa,
What?
you just moved.
I adjusted. Yeah. Felt like I needed some adjustments. So, well, shit. Yeah. thumbs up, I would say.
I would also agree. It's no Zardoz.
It's a lot more coherent and watchable than
Uh-huh.
Zardoz.
Oh yeah. It's not even a room.
No.
Yeah, but it's yeah. I mean, we laughed throughout.
Oh yeah, this would have been a great bad movie night movie.
Not a good movie night.
No.
That's for sure.
The songs are catchy though,
Oh yeah.
and you know I feel like the filmmakers knew that because they put the entire song in the movie with like without dialogue over top of the songs.
Yeah, right.
So it's like they were showcasing those.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah. I mean, it's like
they're like, this is gonna be
20
big.
minutes of it is literally like
music.
Yeah.
Right.
I noticed on the end credits that the two main songs that we see the band perform, "Friends Forever" and "Fight the Ninja," were written by the guy who played the lead guitarist and the lady.
Wycombe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or no, the Hall Oates dude.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Because Wycombe wrote one
Wait,
of them.
Oates wasn't the guitarist. Oates was the
He was the lead
keyboard
guitarist.
player.
No,
Oh wait, you're right. You're
yeah,
right.
the black guy
The
was
black guy
the
was the keyboard
yeah.
player.
I thought
As it always is
Yeah.
in bands.
I thought that YK guy wrote one of them too.
He may have,
like
but-
not one of those, but
Could have been one of the
One of
other
the
ones.
love songs it was by him.
so those were actual musicians then.
Maybe.
I think that was a real band.
Clearly they weren't.
Mostly not the Asian dude.
I was gonna say clearly they
The rest
weren't.
of the band. Yeah,
I think
could
so.
be.
They were not actors. That's for sure. I think the lady
Maybe
in the
that's
band,
why Oates wasn't in the band in the movie more. Like they're like, this guy's acting skills just aren't cutting
they're
it.
not measuring
But
up.
when he does show up, when he is in the movie, he's no better or worse than the other guys.
Oh my gosh, the worst is Jeff and his sister
Oh, yeah.
from the band. Like the time where they shared screen time together was painful. Like you could feel it hurt you. They were
Did he make out with her, kind of, or
No,
it
but
just felt like
it was a
might happen?
yeah.
creepy vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been cradling you in my arms since you were a child. In my arms. Or
Oh
something.
god, yeah. Really, I feel like she was the worst actor on the movie.
Oh, yeah,
That scene
she's-
where she's like, "My parents split up when I was 9."
You mean exposition?
Yeah, and then she's like, "And my father soon left us for another man." I'm like, "Well, they already split up." So.
and then
And then my mother died, and then my father died, and then my brother took care of me, but I don't like him because he totally supports me.
yeah. and he's terrible.
But he's so jealous.
Oh yeah, he's mean too. I mean, he pulled into not only did he pull into two spaces, but one of them was a handicapped space. And that's like terrible right there.
He had a Volvo with huge rims. Convertible Volvo with huge rims. Who drives that?
And he had like a tiny little tusk for an earring. Did you remember that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was amazing.
He's got a mop top and a thick bushy beard.
He has a
and-
nice beard
Yeah.
though.
Oh, it's a nice beard.
I kept
Yeah.
expecting them to like just peel it off though and it'd be like a Velcro sound because it was just a little too perfect. It looked just like a solid piece of carpet.
It's weird because, I mean, you see somebody with that type of beard, you really only think of that as being in fashion, like nowadays.
Oh
And to see someone from, 25 years ago or whenever that was, to have that thick and
Yeah.
luscious of a beard.
Yeah, it's like a Hardy sculpted beard. It's not like out of control at all. I mean,
Right,
it's
yeah.
like it looks like the kind of thing you see some baseball players wear, maybe.
Right. I mean, when I think of, 80s villains with a beard, I think of very, like, trim, it almost looks like it's greased,
Right.
but he's got a very Zach Galifianakis type beard going on.
Yeah, real solid. Good job, Jeff. Huh. So yeah, that was the movie.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know. Anything else to talk about the movie?
I can't think of anything else. Nothing that we haven't mentioned.
As a songwriter, do you feel inspired?
As a performer, I feel more inspired.
Oh,
like the idea that like
You should kick it up a notch.
how do you get the audience to be interested in your show?
Right.
Like, they found a way to do it. You do a lot of kicking.
I like kicking.
And the crowd got into it, and when they were doing the punching, and the crowd did the punching.
Oh,
back,
yeah.
they really got the crowd interacting with them.
Right.
But even without that, they were, still super into it, and, clapping their hands in time with the music, and dancing and jumping around.
Yeah. I mean, I think really part of the secret to that they didn't go into that much in the movie is it seemed like people go to that club no matter who's playing. Because that's why the other band wanted that job back,
Yeah,
And, when there's more people already there, everybody has a good time.
But
Right.
so the boss fired the old band because he didn't want it to be full of old people, though, right?
Right.
Right.
Even though, if you scan the crowd in the scenes, there's a lot of old people in there.
And I didn't get it that guy, my favorite character, he goes to the the biker ninjas and he says, "If you can get me this job back, which means so much to me, I will give you every penny I earn." And you're like, "What? Why?"
Well, he's also joining up with their gang.
Right. So they're gonna rob and kill and
Right, yeah.
hang out with biker titties.
The whole thing was, I think he was part of the front of them being able to sell cocaine at that bar.
Oh, the stupid cocaine.
The stupid cocaine, and they thought that when I already forgot the name, Dragon
Sound.
Dragon Sound. When Dragon Sound started playing there, that they
Oh,
might
'cause
not be
they're
able
clean.
to. Yeah, they thought they might be able,
Oh,
not be able to. Sell.
now it all makes sense. Yeah, because they're more into friendship and
Yeah, they were going to teach people to be friends instead of to get high.
Right.
And
Friends forever, through thick and thin.
that makes sense. Well, the only way we can eliminate violence is through
Violence.
friendship. What did it say at the end? The world peace through in the violence.
Something about ending violence and ensuring world peace.
Yeah.
They have to
By being
eliminate violence.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a message right at the end of the movie. And when I say that, I mean it is in text.
And
At
white
the end of the
letters
movie.
on the screen.
Yeah.
It's like, here's what you should have learned.
There's no other way you would
Yeah.
have learned if we didn't tell you.
All movies should do that if they have a message.
Oh, for sure.
It ends on a freeze frame, fade to black, white letters with the message.
Books should do that too, I think.
Fade to black and then have a white message.
Yeah, they should the last page of every book should be
Black.
printed in black with white letters
Oh.
telling you what you learned. From the
Okay.
book.
Yeah.
And if you're like you or I, you
You
just read
skip
that
to the
page.
I kind of think music should do that as well too. Like if your song is
Have
about
liner
something.
notes?
Well, no. At the end of the song, the music fades away or whatever. You just come on and you say, "Hey, this song was about whatever it was about."
Yeah, like We Are the World or something.
Yeah.
Give,
Just any
give
song.
each other food.
Yeah. Like Brian Adams at the end of the summer of '69 should, as soon as the song ends, comes back up and is like, "This song is actually about '69," and that way we no longer have to
Wonder.
wonder and discuss that song ever.
But wouldn't that kind of ruin the careers of some bands like AC/DC who all their songs are sort of
They'd be like,
double
Mistress for
entendres.
Christmas is actually about a mistress for Christmas.
Yeah, and Big Balls, that's kind of about balls.
No, it's about parties. Haven't you listened to the lyrics?
Oh well, yeah, that's the whole point though. It's all double entendre. And
So
that would
it's
just-
about two things at once.
yeah, and that would ruin it for them because they would have to
Well,
decide
they
on
would-
which one
maybe,
it really
maybe like Angus comes on and says it's about this, and then Malcolm comes on and says it's about this other thing.
Right. Then they would just be at
That
odds.
already doesn't make sense because you don't use a singer.
All right. Yeah. I like it.
You don't want Bon Scott or to come on and then give his opinion of the song.
He doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I think he's dead.
Well, that's why he doesn't know what's going on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially with the newer songs.
Oh, you're talking about the ones that came out after he died.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense because he wouldn't be here.
Or maybe he does know about those because, he's in heaven and he has all insight.
yeah.
So maybe they should get him to do
You
it.
think Bon Scott's in heaven?
I can't think of a reason why not.
Oh, okay.
Because
Well,
he's on a highway to hell.
yeah. That's
Was,
what I was
was
thinking.
that one that one?
Yeah,
He's on
Yeah,
that
yeah.
one, yeah.
I could not think of the name of Brian Johnson, so fuck both of you.
Well, he was warning people off. It was like a
Oh, it was okay.
like scare them straight.
It was like a chick track.
yeah, it was scared straight.
I'm gonna look at ACDC with a new light now.
Right?
They're all just basically chick tracks.
Chick
of
track. It's like
rock
here's
and roll.
what not to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't kill people for hardly any money.
Right.
one of their messages.
Yeah.
Uh,
Do not get a whole lot of Rosie.
oh yeah.
I'm gonna start leaving ACDC albums in bathrooms now.
Yeah. Seems appropriate. On many levels. I have nothing against ACDC, by the way. I'm going to go on record.
yeah,
I love
yeah.
AC/DC.
Yeah, I just wanted to make that clear.
They got 20 good songs.
And
They
yeah,
all sound similar.
right. Yeah.
I mean, to me, like 20 good songs is a lot. Most bands don't
Oh,
have
yeah.
20 good songs. So.
We know Dragon Sound has at least 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say
I think
three.
three.
Yeah.
3?
That one biker song, the
No, that was a
Well-
different band, I think.
But yeah,
so
we,
different.
we only saw them sing 2 songs.
I
no,
thought-
no,
I
they
thought
had a
the-
third one, but I
Did
can't
they?
remember what it was.
I thought the music for
Yeah,
the
because they had that verse, that song at the beginning, and then they had like 2 other performances.
I only remember the 2, the Friends Forever and Attack the Ninja.
What was the biker song then?
That was like the theme song of the movie, like right after the initial
The one that was
ninja
little-
attack.
The one that was like a little darker. And
No, that was the biker song. That was like something tough.
Well, Tough Guy was in the
Tough
middle
Guy.
of the movie.
Yeah.
But
it wasn't Dragon
But
Song?
I don't think that was Dragon
No,
Sound.
yeah, I think that was just
band.
it was soundtrack music.
Right. Okay.
Music inspired by the movie. Now the
Oh,
connection.
okay, this is like that was from the second disc.
Right, yeah.
Right. Yeah. I would listen to the soundtrack, you know? It was pretty listenable.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Honestly, they are not terrible.
Yeah.
it reminds me of a lot of like like the Spiral Zone theme song or the Mask, Mobile Armed Strike Command theme song.
Oh, yeah, that's a great one.
Or Silverhawks theme song, stuff like that, where it's like, yeah,
Peppercorn.
did you chew it on the back?
Mhm.
It's nice.
Oh, wow, yeah. We now have nothing to wash it down with. That's all right.
Going back to 80s cartoons, I was always a big fan of the G.I. Joe theme song from G.I. Joe the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty rocking.
Was it cool?
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah,
dun.
that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
that one, yeah.
When they're fighting on top of the Statue of Liberty.
Cobra.
Man,
the Cobra
peppers.
Law, was it too hot?
No, it was just, that was very peppery.
Woo! He's drinking Silbeer mead.
Silver mead, yeah.
I know it has
Silbeer.
2 E's when I make alcohol.
Right.
Was it? What's that?
Silbeer. It's Silbeer when it's alcohol.
Silbeer. Wow,
Yeah.
I get you.
Is that?
Yeah, I'm upset that you didn't get that immediately. You are.
That just says how much that pepper's affected me. It's like burning my mouth. There's like a peppercorn in there.
Wow. It's a blossom, I call it. A
That's
blossom
intense.
of heat. Yeah.
I like it.
And should we take a break so you can get some water, maybe?
Yeah, I'll cool down.
All right. Well, yeah, because I'm kind of tapped out about Miami Connection.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break now.
All right.
Yes. Whatever.
welcome back to Gutter Trash.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Brian. So what have you been doing, Brian?
I've been working on some comic stuff. I've been actually while I was at the convention, I was working on some panels for UVDS Father Figure.
Ooh, is that Ultimate Video Dog Center?
Yes, it is.
Wow. You're in you're at DerbyCon in Louisville.
Derby City Comic Con, I think is the official title.
Oh.
That it's run by Chuck Moore of Comic Related, and he was like a big fan of my stuff early on, and big reason why I kept making comics. Like as far as somebody's showing an interest, you know.
Well, thanks, Chuck Moore.
Yeah. And now it has created a monster.
Yeah,
How many comics do you have now?
About 80.
There we go.
it's pretty good. I've read 3 in the last 2 days.
I haven't, but I just got a brand new one today, so.
Well, I
we'll
didn't
discuss
think you'd
that.
like the other two, so.
Alright. What are the other two?
Autobio.
Okay.
One of them I know you wouldn't like because it's pretty artsy.
Yeah.
Like even I told him, I was like, that one was not my favorite. If I say something's too artsy, there's like photographs of birds instead of panels on some of them. And
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
Yeah, it was a collaboration with a girl I was going out with, and she put those birds panels in. Those were not my idea.
Sure.
There were actually there were
dude.
more bird panels than I cut them out.
You know, I'm sure at some point, whoever, like, Steve Ditko or whoever put some shitty panels in his comic just so he could get laid. So, if it works.
You're thinking about Chris Claremont.
Chris Claremont, I'm sure he did that.
You know that thing. Maybe you don't know that story. Supposedly, Chris Claremont, the reason he made the female characters in the X-Men so prevalent was to sleep with comic fans' moms. I believe the story.
I'd buy it.
To sleep with their moms.
I'd buy it.
Why not just sleep with the girls that would be interested in
Because they didn't have those at that time.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Hey, guess what, guys? We still don't have that.
Oh.
They're all fake.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Oh, whatever.
Girls who pretend to read comics are just doing it for the attention. Because who doesn't want the attention of socially awkward comic nerds?
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because, like, I was talking to Bob Corby. Bob Corby. We
Jack's
wish,
younger
right? Yeah. We were talking to Bob Corby at the convention, and he was talking about how there's every convention he goes to, it seems like there's so many more girls now than even 5 years ago. And he was like,
Yeah, that sounds right.
yeah, he's like, he's like, not like he doesn't know what to think about it, but it's just like, it's weird. You know, like, why,
Plus, especially-
what's happened in the past 5 years to change that, I don't know.
Feminism.
Feminism embraced the Avengers.
I think so, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're probably right. They probably did.
Yeah.
Like Black Widow and
Yeah,
stuff like
I think just, in general, I think more female comic fans, are just getting tired of the whole, they don't actually exist stereotype and are just trying to be more,
that. Prominent.
yeah.
There's a lot more female artists.
Yeah.
Like every time I go to the small press shows, there's a ton of ladies making comics.
Yeah. Can't remember if it was Space this past year or if it was the year before where it was like, whoa, 50% of the vendors are girls.
Yeah, I think it was this year, yeah.
It was
Or
just
it seemed
like-
that way this year.
Yeah, and it was just like it was awesome, but it just like, just seems surprising.
Right.
Like, I wouldn't say it was weird as much as surprising.
Yeah.
I would also say that a lot of those fans and like female creators are also, I would say, younger than all of us. And so they're probably from a generation that, was raised to be more nerdy and then, accepting of nerdy things.
Yeah, one of the things I've noticed at the past few conventions is all the girls that come up to me and talk to me, like, at least a 50% chance they're wearing some Doctor Who paraphernalia.
Oh yeah,
Well, Doctor Who's great.
It is, but I mean, it's just like
the girls like the Doctor
girls
Who.
love Doctor Who.
Why
Like
is that?
nerdy girls.
What is it about
nerdy
Doctor
girls
Who?
love Doctor Who.
That's
I don't-
great.
I don't know. I don't disagree.
I love Doctor Who, but I don't know why it's like. It seems like more. It's almost seems to a point where nerdy guys have to like Doctor Who because that's where the nerdy girls are.
It could be because the companions, you
Yeah.
know, are generally mostly all fairly strong female characters.
Yeah, and then
give them
in
something
the
to
Modern
relate to.
Doctor Who
Right,
franchise.
yeah. And I think that's where most of your Doctor Who fans come from nowadays, anyway.
But they like the
Yeah,
Doctors
none of them have seen the old. Nobody that says they're Doctor Who fan has seen the old Doctor Who.
Where should they?
I mean, I love it, but some of that stuff is hard to take.
I tried to watch some of the classic Doctor Who on Netflix, and I could not even make it through an episode.
Did you
which
try to
was
watch-
15 minutes long?
Did you try to watch the first episode?
Whatever
The
was on
girl-
Netflix. It was like some sort of
The one where like,
Indian thing.
oh no,
Aztec.
no, that's not the one. The first episode is interesting because it's like this girl is the Doctor's granddaughter,
Right.
who they've never explained as the series went on how that happened.
Right.
But anyway, like her school teachers are mad because her grandfather won't sign a permission slip for her to go on a field trip or something. So they follow her home to her house, and her house, of course, is the TARDIS. And they go in, and the Doctor's like, "Well, now that you know about the TARDIS, I'm gonna have to kidnap you, and we're gonna have to move to another world."
And he takes the teachers.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, that's the first season, is him having kidnapped those teachers.
And they're okay with it. They weren't like freaking out.
No, they aren't really okay with it, I would not say.
Wow. Huh. Yeah, I've never seen the old ones either.
One of the things, though, that was interesting to me with this convention was Tony Moore was there. Who, okay, you think he's famous for?
He was the co-creator of Walking Dead.
Is that
Yeah.
you agree?
That's probably what he is most famous for. Yes.
All right. Well, the three people that were looking for him that asked me about where he was but couldn't remember his name was the guy that draws Deadpool.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no idea who they were talking about.
All right.
You're like, Rob Liefeld's here?
Yeah.
Well, they're also wrong because he no longer draws Deadpool. And I would say everything that he has done, he has only ever drawn the first 6 issues of.
Yeah, he doesn't hang around a long time.
Well,
Yeah.
and it was funny because I could see his table from my table, and there was never a line at any point, which I thought was kind of
That is weird.
Weird.
Yeah.
that was weird.
'Cause-
Well, they were all at your table, right?
yeah. I did okay. I sell my items for $1, and I sold 53 items.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's pretty good.
That is good.
It was only a 1-day convention.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Next year it's 2 days,
Whoa.
and there are going to be bands on Saturday night, and I may be one of the performers for the Saturday
yeah.
night.
Nice.
Super cool.
Maybe you guys should come down and stay at my table,
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens.
or at least sit behind it, and then I can do a panel
Oh, there
while
you
you
go.
sit at the table.
I do prefer going to conventions where I've got a home base.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, I can't imagine attending a con in general
Right.
without a table.
I mean, yeah, when I do, I'm 2 hours max. And that is if, I'm just getting autographs or whatever.
Yeah.
Or, going through puberty like I just did right now.
Yeah, I mean, like, I actually thought this convention was interesting to me because it was, like, kind of like 3 styles of convention in one, where they had a bunch of the bin stuff, where it's like, the overstock that the stores are trying to get rid of, the 50-cent bin, quarter bin, dollar bin stuff.
Right.
I didn't really see a lot. There were a couple places that had the, like, $200 Silver Age books for sale.
All right.
But then it also had, like, Tony Moore and a few other semi-comic celebrity people and that was kind of cool. And then it had a lot of cosplay oriented stuff, like there were like people that made like steampunk guns that they were selling and stuff like that. And then it had the creators of our level also there, so that was kind of cool to see all of that under one roof, as it were, because obviously like space is just one thing,
Right.
and Gem City is pretty much just bins and quasi celebrity, right?
They've got an artist alley, but I mean it's not a huge portion of it.
I would say most of the comic conventions I've been to are like that, like what you just described.
Quarter bin and like 5 people past their prime.
No, I mean, Cincinnati Comic Expo, whatever the original one was, that is actually in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
They had, big name creators, and like George Perez and Tony Moore was supposed to be there. But they also have like, a large vendor area, of, with the overstock and the quarter bins and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then, your relatively small press or self-published guys, all sort of ghettoized, like in the middle section of it, But, I mean, almost every convention I've been to, other than Space or, a specialized, like, Horror Hound or something like that, has been like that,
Yeah, I mean, I think table was under 50, so I like hypothetically broke even, which to me is decent.
Yeah.
I mean, especially like, I know like one person in Louisville basically, and I stayed at his house, so
that helps, but, I'm sure the travel...
Oh,
didn't,
yeah, no. Yeah, I mean, the only reason I did this is because it was Chuck Norris convention.
Right.
And, if somebody else had asked me to do this convention, I would have been like, what are you talking about? Like, really, I don't know, I'm kind of thinking about doing that Tricon one in Huntington, because that's a little closer to home, and I hear good things about it. West Virginia.
West Virginia.
That I guess that's like 5 or 6 hours from my house, which is, and I think it's a one-day deal. So I could hypothetically do it without staying somewhere.
Ooh, that would suck though.
Yeah, that'd be like a 24-hour day.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it's feasible.
Right.
Like, I could maybe stay somewhere with a friend of mine in Virginia where it's only like 3 hours each way.
Right. You stay at my house again.
Yeah.
Just a little out of the way.
Yeah.
Just a little out of the way. I'm not going to bring my house with me.
Well, I've been meaning to tell you, you should really think about investing in a mobile home.
I thought he's going to get a van.
I might just get a van and say, fuck it, quit all my jobs and live at a... I wouldn't mind that at all. Just read and draw.
Well, you're going to have that motorcycle in the back with the shield on it, right?
Don't tell everybody.
Your line is, I don't want to be a superhero. I just want to paint watercolors.
I just want to sit in the back of the van and draw pictures of myself, autobiographical.
Captain America 1978. Watch.
So Brian came up, and it was kind of crazy. Brian came up last Tuesday evening, hung out with me at work, and you hung out. And then
I worked.
Who else was there?
Jordan
was there with us.
Jordan Pierce, and then you stayed with me Wednesday as well, and then you went to the show Thursday, and then you came back today, and you're spending tonight and tomorrow night with me, right?
Yeah, because you need to borrow my shoes for that interview.
I need to borrow your shoes. Yeah. Yeah, I have a job interview Tuesday morning.
It's crazy.
The first one of my life,
right.
By the way.
I still think that there is time, and that it is a necessity for you to get a suit for your interview.
I don't think so. What do you think? I didn't ask Brian.
I don't even know what you're interviewing for.
It's an art teacher job.
At a what place? At a
You
school?
said it was-
Yeah, just
Like
So
an
wait,
actual
is the
school?
interview
Actual school.
is the interview at the school or
Mhm.
the
Are you interviewing with the principal or like?
he's the like executive director guy.
I don't know if the suit's necessary.
I think a suit is necessary especially if he's the executive something or other, administrative.
but it's a
Hoo-ha.
private school, right?
It's I mean it's like it's a not for profit.
Like, is it a little hippy dippy? It sounds
No,
hippy dippy when you say not for profit, right there.
Well, it's for developmentally disabled people.
Like
so
us?
yeah, it's like you could totally go there. tell them suits scare you.
Should wear a suit. I think you should wear a suit to every job interview, but this one in particular.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't care how they dress. If you actually get hired, you should wear a suit for the interview.
I've never worn a suit to an interview.
How many jobs have you had?
I don't know. A bunch.
Yeah, how many?
Too
how,
many.
How long have you been self-employed?
I've been self-employed forever. But
Yeah.
I had
totally
jobs
envy
at the
that.
same time.
I totally envy that, by the way.
Was self-employed.
That's what I want to do. Yeah.
Make it happen.
All right, let's do it. Give me some advice. Just whisper it in my ear while I'm sleeping in my house the next couple minutes.
I'll put it on the Walkman.
Could you pass along that advice to me as
Yeah.
well? Because
I think we should just become ninjas by day and bikers by night. The three of us.
Oh, instead of the other way around.
Yeah,
Okay.
because
That'll give us the
it
edge.
didn't-
People that need ninjas
yeah,
during the day.
It didn't work for them.
Right, right,
we were
it's true.
improving on a model.
But that means that we'd have to actually go out at night as ninjas, because they were ninjas by night, but they only went out during the day.
Yeah. Okay. So we can call ourselves the same thing, but actually
Right.
do the right thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So complicated.
I know.
So here's what should
Stupid
happen.
Cocaine.
Brian John Mitchell should move to Dayton.
I think so.
You, me, Brian, and Doogie should all get a house together.
I'm with
like
it.
a super cheap house.
I'm totally down with this plan.
And then we all just figure out how to be self-sufficient and not have jobs
we're all
and
gonna-
ninjas
are we all gonna
and
become
sell some stupid
orphans
cocaine.
first?
Oh yeah, let's become orphans.
Well, we'll kill our parents.
Yes.
Well, no. What we'll do is, so you don't need to kill your own mom. Like, we'll get Eric to kill your mom.
Oh, and I can
Oh,
kill this guy.
right,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
The perfect murder.
Yeah. Yeah, because we don't know each other. There is no proof out there that we know each other. I mean, other than the 236 episodes of the show.
And every comic you ever made that you think me in.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And our public appearances.
Very little, though, basically.
Yeah, other
yeah.
than those things, nothing.
Minimal.
Yeah.
Hard to find.
Well, maybe we could get Kurt Dentz to move into our house.
Oh, yeah, he can get a divorce and come live with us.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Yeah.
need to get a divorce.
Does it?
No,
He can just be
We'll
estranged.
just kill his family.
Oh, okay.
No,
Alright.
that's you can't even joke about that.
Well, I just did.
How about
Well,
we have Kurt Dins move in with his family, and his wife can support us all.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I was gonna say where we could get a duplex and him and his family could live in one
Oh
side,
yeah,
and we could live in the other half.
yeah.
That way, there's no more murders.
But then he would have to change the name of his company
to one.
to it'd be
No, we
like-
just need to get a duplex,
duplex.
with a basement.
Oh, that's true.
yeah, yeah, they have those. I've lived in a duplex with a basement, by the way.
So you don't think Duplex Comics would be, or
That's already
Duplex Art?
Well, there is already a comic called Duplex Comics.
Well,
Oh,
what if it was like, since you like they're replicated, it would be like duplexicated comics.
Oh, wow. Is that a word?
Yeah, use your
just made it.
use your duplexicator.
Okay.
I need an extra copy of this book. Use your duplexicator.
So copy machine.
Yeah.
One of those
Xerox.
3D.
Oh my gosh.
3D copiers. What do you think about those?
3D printers.
Are you gonna just print your whole comic all of a sudden?
But all in
3D?
3D. I wish I could. They're real. You know, it's funny because I was looking into some stuff about them, and this guy I'm friends with in Pittsburgh recently got one, and I was looking at making some custom Lego minifigs, you know, but they would have like the Silver Spy head, and he said that the current 3D printer technology isn't precise enough to do what I want it to do.
Oh, really?
So
I don't know though. I mean, like,
You can make a gun.
There was a guy that made a working wrench with the 3 dials that opened it and closed it.
Yeah.
But I mean, those are probably really expensive. It's probably
And you can also make a gun, a working operational
yeah.
gun.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
My understanding is to
Is that true?
Uh-huh.
the variation level for it, for those things fitting, is that they have to try to make those things a few times before they get parts that fit exactly right. Like you might make 12 copies of all the parts of the gun to get one set that fits well enough for it to operate.
Huh. Still though.
Yeah, that's still cool. Can kill people.
Man, that's nuts. This is the future, man.
Not really.
It freaks me out.
You know what I liked? I liked that when they were sword fighting, they kept the sheaths on their swords all the time.
Well, safety first.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's
They're
that-
not killers until they actually had to kill people.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say some people get their swords unsheathed apparently because
Yeah.
there was some blood.
Well, one of the scenes, it showed the big slash on the guy, but then it was it showed the guy's sword was sheathed, and I was like,
Yeah.
that was weird.
Maybe he's just really quick about resheathing it.
Yeah, could be.
Anything can happen, I guess.
Yeah, in Miami or Orlando. Yeah.
Florida. That's where you send
Yeah,
dead
Orlando.
bodies. I learned that in high school.
Really?
Oh yeah,
How'd you learn that?
because I was a drug dealer in high school.
Oh yeah, that's right. Did you sell stupid cocaine?
I didn't sell stupid cocaine. I
Stupid
sold
weed.
Other stupid things. Weed
Stupid
wasn't
pills.
my deal. Some pills, and I loved LSD as a kid, so
Yeah.
that was my main seller. But
So
Tell us about
could I
LSD.
buy some?
nah, that was decades ago.
Tell us about an experience on LSD. I'm sure you got some good.
Like a good one? I don't know. I don't know if there's any good one. I remember one time I was hanging out with my girlfriend at the time when we were on acid. She was trying to have some serious conversation with me about our relationship.
On acid.
And- yeah, of course.
She was on acid too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're sitting, it was just it wasn't a bench. It was just a little thing where they have the fake plants, in the mall, whatever you call
right.
those little islands.
Yeah.
And it was as the mall was closing, and she was trying to have this conversation with me, and I was trying to get her to shut up because I was trying to concentrate to listen to this vacuum cleaner.
Did you tell her that?
The quote was, "You've already given me adequately more information on this topic than I would ever want to have. Thank you." Which I probably would have been better off just saying shut up.
Right. Yeah.
Especially, if I just said, "Can you be quiet? I want to listen to this vacuum cleaner." That would have been way more acceptable.
That's more like, okay, this conversation is over. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the relationship went downhill pretty fast after that conversation.
Yeah, I guess if it gets to the point where you'd rather listen to an appliance than your loved one
Well, have you ever listened to a vacuum?
on LSD or just
Either one, I assume. It sounds the same.
I've ran vacuums. I ran one last week. The day before you came, I was vacuuming the carpet.
Did it sound cool?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
See, there you go. But that's
So do you recommend to the listener to try some LSD?
no, not if they're over 16.
That's what we do here at this show. We keep it safe for the adults. Fuck the kids.
Well,
I really want to try it, or at least mushrooms.
What's stopping you? You
I
go to
don't-
downtown Dayton, right?
I'm not going downtown.
Go to Yellow
Have you,
Springs.
you've
Oh,
seen
you're right,
downtown?
to Yellow
Hey,
Springs.
What were you thinking? We were just in Yellow Springs.
Yeah, we
Everybody-
almost died there too.
I was saying everybody you saw probably was selling.
It's funny because
Mushrooms.
I keep hearing these crazy stories about that salvia stuff, which may or may not still be legal in this state. And it's just I hear these stories from people, and it's huh. They're it's as intense as an acid trip, but you take the 8 hours and compress it into 5 minutes, and it's but I wouldn't do it alone because it's so freaky. You'll totally want to talk to somebody about what the fuck just happened. I'm huh. That does sound intriguing. But the same people also issue the review, "I personally would never do it again."
Yeah.
So You're like,
I've talked to two people that have tried salvia. One of them was a buddy of mine who was moderately deranged, and the other one was Jim Woodring, and both of them tried it repeatedly. So
really?
yeah.
So they would advise doing it, you think?
I don't know that I would trust either of them on life choices. I absolutely
Well, this
love
isn't a
Jim
life
Woodring's
choice.
art.
This is a drug choice.
Well, I love Jim Woodring's art, and I hope he lives to be 1,000,000 years old and puts something out every year, but I'm not interested in following his path. And the other guy I just kind of have written off completely, so.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I think.
Yeah. Likes to vomit and
Yeah.
everywhere.
He has to threaten to kill his parents.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
guy.
that guy.
Yeah.
So hey, you to get it back onto a serious topic.
Oh yeah, the Florida part of my story, of my drug story.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Wasn't what I was talking about, but let's hear it.
all right. So like this is part of the premise for some of the storyline of EXO, with the issues where he kills one of his best friend's brothers, and then he drives him in the car to Florida for somebody to deal with. So there was this friend of mine that was buying drugs from me, and his brother was mad about it, which, whatever. Obviously that can happen.
Right.
And he like threatened to beat me up or whatever. And I was like, whatever. And the guy that was like my partner was selling drugs, asked if we should have him killed or not, and he was like fucking serious. And that was around the time that I realized I probably should not be selling drugs at this level because I'm not comfortable with that.
Killing dudes.
Yeah.
So you could not make it to a Walter White level.
No, I don't think I actually.
So how many people did you end up killing before you stopped?
Yeah.
I don't
Just
know.
it was just the 3.
I can't keep count.
How many notches do you have on your belt?
I don't. My belt broke from the notches, and now I use a straw to hold my pants up.
you do. I should have just counted your teardrop tattoos. I don't know what I was thinking. We joke because death's funny.
It is.
Yeah. You shit your pants when you die, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
If
something
you
I
have
wouldn't
a
do.
super serious seizure, you also shit your pants, and that's
Yeah.
more embarrassing.
Right, because
Or
you
if
walk
you get
away from
too
it.
drunk, you shit your pants.
Yeah.
I've never
Or-
had that problem, and I think I've been too drunk.
Or if you ate some old Chinese food.
Or if
and
you're
you get on a
allergic to
roller coaster.
peanuts and you eat peanuts, that's the issue
Yeah,
that I
that
have.
happens.
I need to have a bathroom accessible. All right, back to Eric's idea of serious.
Yeah, well, Jason mentioned that you were here Wednesday, and we also mentioned that we were just in Yellow Springs. You guys were both interviewed on the radios.
Yeah, we were on the real radio.
Yeah.
Did they ever put the link up to that?
I haven't checked. But
I tried to check the next morning and it wasn't up as
Yeah.
of that time. I don't know if it's up now or not.
but for the listener, for Kurt, although he actually already listened to it live, but I think if you go to wyso.org and look for Kaleidoscope, you should be able to listen to the episode that you guys were
Or
on.
hopefully, probably if you Google Jason Young on there, hopefully
Probably
that would
not.
bring it up.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know how it works.
It would
I
bring
tried
up-
to find it, and it brought up you from an interview like over a year ago.
Oh, yeah.
So
Every time I search either of our names, it usually gives us sites that have stolen our MP3 episodes and our,
no, not on Google, on WYSO search.
Search engine.
Yeah.
When the fuck were you interviewed there?
That's the first time I was ever interviewed there.
Oh, really? Well, it brought something up from something about you from 2012 when I searched it through.
Was
the
it
website.
an audio interview?
I didn't click the link because
'cause-
I just knew it wasn't what I was looking for.
Because I know Matt Rasfield interviewed me last year, and he just typed it up.
Oh,
maybe
maybe
that's what it
maybe
was.
that's what it was.
That's got to be horrible to read, right?
I actually read it. It was pretty good. It was, yeah.
You gonna make a mini comic about it?
And I know he's been listening too. And that
I'm
was
not-
incredibly mean for me to say.
I am not gonna make a mini comic out of it. I was super flattered that he interviewed me, and that was a fun interview. It was way more fun than the one I did on that stupid radio show. Just kidding. They're both equally awesome.
Yeah, I would have loved to have heard that.
There were discussions going on during your interview.
Oh, how dare you guys? Was it weird? Could you see me and hear the delay?
The delay was weird.
Yeah,
Was
I
it
couldn't
close?
really see you because your
back was
kinda-
towards us.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because there was a band Teen Void played before they interviewed me and Brian, or Brian and I. I'm sorry. And then
No, they did you first.
And then there was a 12-second delay, so we could see the band playing through this, glass window into the soundproof room, and we could see them play, and then we could hear it over all the speakers on the outside, but it was a 12-second delay, and it was so weird. It felt like we were time traveling, and they would stop playing a song, and we could still hear them for 12 seconds,
Right.
and you could see them just standing there.
Well, there were times where you could hear the drums through the soundproof room, and
Yeah.
sometimes they would go out of sync with the drums that were coming over the speakers, and that was really messing
Right.
with me.
I was bothered by the fact that if I left the area that we were and just started wandering around the building, I could hear, because our friend Juliet hosts that show, and I would hear her voice over the speakers, and just it's still weird to me to hear her disembodied voice,
yeah,
just out in the ether.
right.
Yeah.
And then sometimes she'd still be talking, and then she would walk out,
Oh, yeah.
walk down the hall, and you could still hear her voice. You're like, ah! There's two of them.
Well, that was fun. You guys talked about comics and whatever.
Yeah,
We
Mostly
did a giveaway.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, some lucky man.
Colors number 3 and 7.
Yeah. Actually, I think they were all caller number 1.
Yeah.
Because only one person called it. But yeah, that was
They
fun.
got 10 comics.
Yeah. That was super fun.
Yeah.
Listen to Kaleidoscope. She plays good music.
Yeah. It's available streaming if you're not from Dayton.
Every Wednesday night from, I think, 8 to 10, I believe.
Yeah. They're 11.
8 to 11.
Yeah, well, it had to be till 11 because
We didn't
our
get out of there
giveaway
till
is
11.
10:30
Oh,
or
yeah.
something
Okay.
ridiculously late.
I never listen to the radio past 10 o'clock. That's just all smut, so I don't know.
Oh, speaking of smut, I found these comics in a tienda, and it was funny. So, when I was in Louisville, I'm staying with a friend of mine that he's a preacher at a church, and I was staying at him and his wife's house, and he was there taking care of the baby, and me and her went to buy Mexican candy to do reviews of for fun and giggles, and so we go into this tienda and we're wandering around looking at what they have, and they have some comics. So I start flipping through them, and they have what Tijuana Bibles or whatever,
Right.
which is the Mexican porn comics. And I was like, oh my gosh, come over here and look at these. Because I'd never actually seen one in person, and I thought it was just going to be hot stuff or something like that, where it's
Like the Casper comic?
okay, that's not the one I'm thinking
Okay.
of then. But one that looks something like that, stylistically like that.
Spicy Tales. or-
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking
Yeah.
of. But it was not. It was super graphic. You saw anuses, and you saw anuses being penetrated.
And you told your preacher's wife.
Yeah, and I was flipping through it, and it flips to this page of showing an anus on one panel, and then a blowjob on another, and I'm just like,
this is what I do. I'm a cartoonist. Now you understand who you've invited into your home.
well, I was thinking about getting one to give away to a girl, and then I was like, oh, I just, this is too much, and I they had 20 of them, well, one of them's gonna be calmed down a little. Nope.
They were all full of blowjobs.
They were all there was no plot. It was just it wasn't even a porno level plot. It was just splash page is fucking, and it's just fucking every page thereafter.
My girlfriend, I think, recently reviewed a Superman porno
Yeah.
on Big Shiny Robot.
Did it have some plot to it?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I think she said they had a costume, but it was just
Oh, it was live action.
yeah.
I thought you meant a comic of it.
I kind of think that, because there have been a lot of these superhero porn parodies, I kind of think that they are trying to put plot in there, too.
Oh, wow.
I saw part of that Spider Babe one,
That's...
and that semi had a plot.
Yeah.
Is it a Spider Baby porno?
No.
No,
Babe.
like Spider-Man.
Well, I know, but I mean, I thought maybe they changed it to Babe.
Well, it's
So
funny
that-
because like the way I ended up watching it was like it was late at night and I'm like flipping through something to put on and it just said labeled it as an adult Spider-Man parody. I was like, oh, that sounds funny, but their version of adult was not what I thought it was gonna be. Like,
It's softcore. It's Misty Monday
yeah.
as Spider-Man.
I know Misty Monday.
Yeah.
How well?
So it was like,
It's a Cinemax movie.
so it was dirtier than you thought, or less dirty than you thought?
That well, like I thought it was just gonna be like Soul Train or something.
See, I think the world is much dirtier than Brian John Mitchell
Yeah.
realizes.
It's
Every
true.
time he's like, "This might be fun," it's like porn.
Yeah,
Well,
that's pretty
I'm here to tell you that Spider-Babe is pretty much just soft as softcore can get.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if that was offensive to Brian,
Well, no, just because it was not anticipated.
Okay.
It probably was
Yeah.
the main thing.
It's dirtier than Soul Train. Is what
Yeah.
you're saying?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
totally dirty. Or Soul Plane.
Soul Plane.
Soul Plane,
Okay.
okay. Soul Plane is a Soul Train parody starring
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg. That's right.
Snoop Lion.
I think it's not. But
I don't know what it is.
it's
but
about a plane for black people.
They already have that. It's called Greyhound.
Oh. Oh man. On that.
That was a joke.
Yeah, it was a joke, of course. All we do here is
Drink and
Funny.
joke.
Yeah. All right, so it's getting really hot in this room
yeah.
because you guys are sexy.
I know.
And we're talking about
Sword and
Tijuana.
racism.
You don't want to buy some racist things, racist bus rides.
So I should probably pick a comic.
Oh yeah,
We
it's
should,
comic picking time.
should get out of here.
We gotta go to bed. Two of us have to get up and go to work.
Right.
One of us has to sleep in my mom's basement.
I will get up early and work on comics while at the same time. that
that's
you guys-
awesome. Sweet. All right, so I totally forgot that I had to pick a comic.
Oh, until just now.
No, I realized it yesterday. So I'm going to pick the only thing that I'd actually read all week. And you're just going to have to deal with it.
Is it Star number 3?
No, it is not. I just got that today. No, we're going to read Star-Lord, The Hollow Crown.
Oh, cool. Is that the John Byrne? one,
Chris
right?
Claremont,
Yeah.
John Byrne, as mentioned earlier.
Sweet.
Wait, isn't that like just like 50 pages or something?
No, it's like 100 pages.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I thought that was just a. Huh.
They packed it in.
Hell yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, we've never reviewed any John Byrne stuff, have we?
No, we
But we
haven't.
have Claremont.
Oh, yeah, we have.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Dead of honor. Hopefully it's much different.
I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah. But hey, if anything, you get to look at black and white John Byrne art
That's-
from the late 70s.
I'm pretty excited about that,
Right.
actually. Yeah.
All right, that's my comic pick.
Well, shit, Brian John Mitchell.
Fuck yeah, Brian John Mitchell.
Thanks for coming by.
My pleasure. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So you had quite the excursion into Dayton. You did a comic convention, podcast, and a radio show.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah,
intense.
It's more than you thought you were going to do, wasn't it?
I
And you walked my dog.
walked his dog several times. One day I hung out with his mom because I got in trouble kind of for not hanging out with his mom the one day.
What did she do?
No, she didn't do anything, but Eric said that I was being rude.
Oh, so the next day, what'd you guys do? Did you watch Family Feud or something?
No, not that much.
Hmm.
But I had a conversation with her just in general.
That's cool.
That's good.
Yeah. She's a cool lady. She's good.
Yeah. She's good people. Well, thanks for finally being on the show for reals.
Yeah, no.
I know we didn't review Marvel Comics #1 like you wanted, but
You know, it's funny because I bought the copy of that was at Mavericks. So now you guys will never be able to review it.
Oh, man.
I thought you had a copy. That's why.
Oh, I do. I had the hardbound, the thing that's the
Right.
omnibus that it's contained in.
Oh,
but
okay,
I
right.
didn't own that single floppy.
single
of it.
hardbound. Oh,
I think-
there's a single issue hardbound. Copy of
It's not. Well, the one I have, it's like perfect square bound or
it.
whatever.
Okay, all right.
I think
it's
we
not
still
hardcover.
have some of those Mavericks in a drawer somewhere. The one that
The
came out-
hardcover.
Yeah, it was like came out in the early '90s or something.
Yeah. I
we
think it's
still
probably
have
right
that.
around when Marvels came out, I would guess.
Maybe before that even.
Right. Uh,
But yeah,
Maybe
it's a
next
lot
time.
for some reason.
Yeah, maybe at Space next year. We'll we can do as our panel. We can just review that comic as then record it.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be
down
pretty
for that.
funny.
That'd be
Yeah.
good.
How a podcast works, and it's just like us just talking about a comic
Yeah.
for an hour, and people just being like walking out of the room.
Yeah, that sounds like us.
Yeah, that's what we do.
If we had-
walk people.
If we had an audience, they would have walked out by now.
Star Lord.
Star Lord the Holocron. Alright. I'm good. You good?
Yeah,
You good?
yeah,
Yeah.
gotta go to bed.
Alright. Thanks, Brian John Mitchell.
My pleasure. Thank you, sir.
See you next time. Thank you for listening to Gutter Trash. You can subscribe to the show from guttertrash.net or from iTunes and leave us a review. Visit guttertrash.net for email information, links to our Facebook and Twitter pages, and for other podcasts and websites in the Gutter Trash Network. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.